So, good afternoon to all. So, let us discuss the last topic of this module, that is IoT networking components. So, most of the topics in this IoT networking components we are already familiar in one or the other topic before. So, what are the IoT implementation? It consists of several components. You know that when you have to perform any task, you need certain devices which will perform those operations. Like for example, you need to send the information or you need to receive the information. If you want to listen to some music, you want to listen to, or you want to talk to somebody, or the signal has to be transmitted for a longer distance. For that all, you need some components, isn't it? So, which may vary from different applications. Based on your application, you will make sure that these are the components required for you. So, what are those things? For establishing IoT network, you need IoT node, which I have discussed in the first class. You need IoT nodes. Then what is next required? Router, then IoT LAN, then IoT WAN, then IoT gateway and IoT proxy. So some of the components we have already come across when we were discussing one or the other topic in the previous classes. So where you have seen nodes, router, LAN, WAN, and gateway as well as proxy. So these are all the components which put together you can establish a connectivity between the source and the destination. Source means the user who is going to communicate, and the destination where the person has to receive the information. So that is what we are going to do here. You have all these components, so you can just make a note of this IoT networking components. We have IoT node, router, LAN, WAN, and gateway and proxy. So these components we will be discussing one by one in detail. Some of the components are familiar to you, which we have come across in the previous topics as well. So let us go with the IoT node. Okay, so you will make it by Monday. So let us see that. So you can see here. So you can see what are the things available. So here, for example, this is one user, and this is another user. So you need to make sure that you have a set of people who are connected one another in a LAN and all those things, isn't it? So here you can see. So if you take the complete institute, for example, SCC, you can see that the components of whatever devices in EC department, devices in computer science, devices in basic science, all everything are connected to each other with the help of LAN. Okay. So you can interconnect the devices, and if you want, you can make sure that the devices are all connected to each other. You can see all these devices in the figure, which is connected to IoT LAN, and then further it is connected to the IoT router. So you can see that if you see outside the corridor and all, you can see the routers being available. Or if you are in your home, you can see that you need router. I think all of you are using internet at your home, right? So definitely you will be having routers and all. Then what you will be doing? So further from that, whatever information is there, you will be passing it to the gateway, IoT gateway. So this like this many will be there. So it will be connected. For example, here you can see one gateway. Here you can see another gateway, 3, 4, 5. Many gateways will be there because there will be plenty of users who are interconnected to each other. So you'll be having this LAN connection followed by the router that is being forwarded. The information, whatever it comes, and from this data, it will be given to the router and then passed on to the gateway. From the gateway, where it will go? IoT WAN. We have studied WAN, all those things in the last class. So what it is going to have? It's going to have a global coverage. It is going to have a wider coverage. So you may have different devices being connected to this gateway. Then for like that you have plenty of gateways. That information is going to be connected to IoT WAN, and from there, what it is going to be there further? We are going to have the internet facility where you can transfer the information to any places. So this is one set. Like that, how many will be there? 20, isn't it? So you may have plenty of gateways which are even connected to many IoT WANs which are further connected to the internet. After connecting to the internet, you also have firewalls and you have IoT proxies and all, which help to create the security, safety of your information. See, for example, now you have an account in the bank. Let us take SBI or HDFC or whatever it is. You are one of the users among 10 lakh or 20 lakhs or 1 crore users, isn't it? So, but how it is going to track that it is you, the one who is going to enroll into the system, or with the help of some firewalls. You will be having OTP, you will be having either you will have password, you will have set of instructions which you have done. They will ask what is your pet name, what is your father's name, mother's name, all those things, birthday, when was that, all those things which you are, because they want to make sure that others cannot access your database. It's a yes or no. What will happen if you make it free? For example, how you use YouTube. Anybody can see that. So it is very public. But here in the case of that, you will be having different firewalls and all those processes in order to give the security and privacy for the individuals. So that is very important for anybody. If you are not having security and privacy, whether you open a bank account, no, you cannot even think. Okay, forget about bank account. Whether you will have a Gmail account? No. Whether you will have WhatsApp? No. So all those things, it is very important. If a bank account is not having WhatsApp, this WhatsApp and Facebook is definitely require security, right? So that is it. So it is very important that nobody hacks your information, or nobody makes sure that your information is being leaked out. So like that you have LAN connected to router, gateway, WAN and internet, as well as you will be having a firewall where the IoT proxy, all those processes will be carried out. So this is the figure for that, and we'll be studying each thing. First one is which one? Node. What is a node? So let us give a very simple example. How many students are there? Let us take 60. How many nodes will be there? 60 nodes. So same way, nodes is what? They are networking devices within the IoT LAN. What is LAN? LAN. All those things you have studied. What is LAN? Local area network. Local area network means what we have studied at that point of time. Yeah, within that, like what are the examples we have studied? In LAN server. Yeah, switches, routers, all those things because within the LAN system, isn't it? So we can say that they are networking devices within the IoT LAN, and these devices make up the sensors, processors, then the radio communication, then network infrastructure. All those things put together the LAN facility which can help you to communicate between the users. Okay. Then the nodes may be connected inside the LAN directly by means of common gateway of LAN. Then connection outside the LAN. What you can say? See, this much is what first one, PAN. Then what we have studied? Then what we have studied? So that is what connection outside the LAN is through the what connects the different LANs put together. What they are going to connect? Yeah, that is with the help of through the gateway or proxies. So this is one node. Node means this is specific to a single user. So one you can say that one mobile phone you can consider as a node. Okay. Next mobile phone, second node 2. Okay. 10th mobile phone, node 10. So you have the facility to simulate. See, it's very difficult when you are doing the research that to set up the entire framework and all those things. So when you are doing a project, even I will give you an opportunity for you to, instead of building the hardware, you can also go for simulation projects also. Like you can create some code nodes and you can say that the data is being transmitted from one node to another, some of the packets falling down, then finding out the efficiency of the entire network. All those things also can be done. So there is no investment required, only you need to understand the tool, understand the concept, and you need to work on that and find out how this can be done. So that is, we can see those things. Then what is a router? What this is? These are all the common terms. It's not new for you. You have already learned and understood these things before as well. What is a router? So it is a piece of networking equipment which has the task of routing the packets. See, you get packet from this side, everywhere it will come. So you have to make sure that you send it in the right path, isn't it? So how it will be done? With the help of address, packet, address, all those things are there. So how the you can say you write a letter. Okay, you before you are doing, you write a letter, you go and post it in the post office. So, but if router where it is working, he has to see which address it has to go. If it is go, it has to go to Mumbai. If you send it to Delhi, it will not work out, isn't it? So that is the same. It has to route the information in a right manner. So it between the various entities of IoT network and keeps the traffic flowing correctly. So it will make sure that your traffic is being balanced and maintained without having much of the information being logged or which is not being transmitted. It makes sure that the entire setup is done properly. And the gateway, by enhancing all the facilities, all those whatever facilities is required for the router, it will make major contribution in that whatever information comes, it routes to the destination. Okay. So you can make a lot of it. It's not happening when you see this. So some of the content you can load on and then we can proceed further. So what is the next one? What is the next one? IoT LAN. See, there is a device I have brought for you. So I will show you this. Okay. So what is IoT LAN? What is a LAN? Local area network, which we have already discussed before as well. In the previous class also we have discussed. What is the local area network enables what? Connectivity between the, what it will do, local area network, it will establish the connectivity between the single gateways and connect, make sure that all those connections are being established. You have seen gateway 1, gateway 2, gateway 3, all those things. So what it is, it consists of a short range of connectivity technologies. Then IoT LAN may be more not to be connected to the internet and localized within the building or organization, because we have already studied LAN much in detail before, isn't it? What we have seen, it is within a specific organization. Then once you are you can connect one device in a organization to another device in organization. I have shown you. You have seen the LAN cables also, no? See. So what IoT LAN basically it will be within an organization and it makes sure that it is all connected to each other, the devices with the help of internet, or may not be connected with the help of internet. Okay. Then what is WAN? See these things we have studied in the previous class also. So those points as well you can write it here. These points you can write it here. All the same. What is WAN? Yeah, wide area network, which consists of various network segments such as LANs. So various LANs you put together, you can make sure that it is connected to each other. You can get a wide area network. So it will be for a wide coverage. What is the main purpose of that? Like so you can say that geographical areas, like you have one organization here, another organization, like that, hundreds of organizations put together, means hundreds of LAN connections put together, you are going to connect with the help of wide area network. It can be few kilometers to 100 or thousands of 100 kilometers range. So you can go for a bigger space where you call it as wide area network. So connected to internet and enables internet access to the segments and they. So all this process you will be having a connectivity between the internet. So that one LAN, next LAN, like that, one between or one organization, another organization. So one organization will have LAN 1, this will have LAN network 2, 3. So all this put together you will get which one? Wide area network. So it will be for few kilometers or few area. Okay. So what is the next one? IoT gateway. So in the figure what you have seen IoT gateway. So you can say that it's a simple router connecting the IoT LAN to the WWAN or the internet. Gateways are implemented by several LANs and WANs. Okay. So you have different LAN connections, different WAN connections, all put together. You will be having that will be connected to a gateway. So in the figure, have you seen that? You have seen. I will show you the figure again. Gateways can be implemented with several LANs and WANs, and the primary task of this is what? Forward the packets between the LAN and WAN with the IP layer using the layer 3. What was layer 3? Networking layer. So I will go back to the figure again. You can see that this is the LAN, this is the router, and this is the gateway portion. And WAN you have seen. Then this is the entire process. You can see that it is connected to establish a network facility. Okay. What is the last one? IoT proxy. What is the IoT proxy? So proxies lie on the application layer. So the last layer, what is that last layer? Seventh layer, application layer. So application layer functions between the IoT nodes and the entities. Then you can say that to provide, see I have told you to provide what? Security to the network entities. So it is very important to establish a security between the users. If you don't have security, what will happen? Yeah, first of all, your information will be leaked out, and you make sure that all those processes will be means it will not be useful for the user. So anybody can hack your information, isn't it? So that will not be helpful. So it is very important to have a security for the network entities and extend the addressing range of its network. So these are the 6 things what we have to see which contribute the entire components of the IoT. Okay. So what are the main components? Node, and proxy. So is that clear for you all? Yes, sir. Okay, last one more slide is there, and then we will see that. So before going to that, this is one of the nodes. Okay, you can see that you can see a chip over there. Okay, so this is where you can see the back side. You can see the space where you can connect the batteries and all. So that's what I told we are going with a low power. Okay. So what will happen when you are having high power and all, this battery will drain out, and you cannot see. For example, I will place like this. I have in department almost 3 to 4. So what you can see here is you place it here. This is the antenna. Okay, this is the antenna. So what it is going to measure is it is designed to measure the pressure, humidity, and temperature and all those things. So when you connect with the cell and inside it, so you will get energized, and what you can see is you can place like this modes we call modes. Okay. So we can keep here one. I can keep somewhere there another and another somewhere. So what it will be? It will be constantly picking up the information. What is the information? That what is the temperature, what is the humidity, what is the all those parameters, and it will be transferring into your X user. For example, you are seeing in a computer, so you can see the graph is changing like this. Okay, so based on the variations, whatever it comes, so where this application can be used. For example, you are in a remote place, in a forest or in a desert, where you feel that you don't know what is the entire scenario there. You are trying some military applications and all. You want to constantly know the parameters, so that if any problem comes, you should get alerted with those things. So you establish like these things in different places with the cell being connected, and then you make sure that all those whatever you can sit in your cabin and check what are the parameters, it keeps on fluctuating. So this is already, if you see in Google and all, you can see how the nodes are being established inside the ocean. So monitors and habitat facilities of means how the fishes are moving, what are the fishes available, what is their culture of how they are what is the pattern, for example, what is their pattern, what so you can see, you might have seen in Discovery Channel and all those things, right? So how they do that? It's not that they always go and sit inside the ocean and keep on monitoring that. No. Okay, so they keep the cameras and all those, they establish the things inside that, and they leave it. So it keeps on recording the process, and they watch the entire process, and they take those clips and they show it to you. Okay. So that is what. Can it be possible that 1 hour going and all you can sit and keep watching? No. So they entire process they will be using this kind of nodes, and which keeps track of the entire scenario, whatever you have designed. For example, you want to measure the ocean parameters, you have to design the network in that pattern. You want to measure the field parameters, you have to design the things. So this is what you have some of the sensors equipped in it. It's very much delicate. So I cannot give it in your hands. Okay. So this antenna and all in 2-3 places it may come out. Okay. So this is what one of the node it is. We call it as node. Or your mobile phone you can call it as node. So those things are. So these are as per your requirement you can use it. Okay. Different classes I will come out with different things. So what is the last one? You can see that we have seen all the 5, 6. So the various IoT LAN is configured to one another, and you can see that they are locally unique. For example, LUX means what? So you can say that locally unique. X means you can have one, you will be calling it as LU1, LU2, LU3, like that. X is an integer. So what you can see is identify the unique within the LAN, and it has high chance of identifying the new LAN facilities and all. And you can say that routers acts as the connection between the. What is the role of a router? We have seen just now. It acts as a connection between the link between the LANs, and by forwarding the LANs to the IoT gateway and all those things. Proxy has the application of, what is the application of proxy? Proxy is an application layer where you can include the features such as firewalls, packet filters, and security measures, which is very important for when you are doing the transmission of information. The various gateways connect one LAN to LAN, WAN, all those things connections are done, and you can, in the previous figure, you have seen that they are all connected with the help of gateway. So this network may be wider and wireless driven. So you can say IoT deployment is most of the cases wireless networks. You have different points. You don't connect a wire from your point to your USB. You don't connect again a wire. No. So it is all wireless connection. So that is all about this module 1. So this is done with module 1. So we can move on to the next module, module 2. So they will wind up for today. Yes, So just 5 more minutes, we will see that what are the things we have discussed in this complete module. So if you start from the beginning, what are the things we have discussed? Just to summarize, we started with basics of networking, then we have completed introduction. SO types we have discussed. What we have discussed in SO types? So then we have also discussed layered network model. Then emergence of IoT we have seen. In emergence of IoT, introduction we have seen. Evolution of IoT. So in evolution of IoT, we have seen ATM to UAT. So all those how it has evolved. Then you have seen complex interdependence of the cooperation of group of learning. So then what we have seen IoT network components. So this is what we have seen the IoT network components. So all those topics have been covered, which is there available in textbook in chapter 1 to 1.1 to 1.3 and chapter 4.1 to 4.4. Okay. So next class we will be discussing on IoT sensing and actuation. So introduction we will be seeing how the sensor functionality is there. We have seen sensors anytime. Okay, you have varieties of sensors. For example, if you are measuring the water level, you need to have a sensor which measures the level of the water. Or for example, distance, you might have seen. See, have you seen high-end cars and all? High-end cars. Any car is there. Little higher, you can see that what will happen with car. If you open the door and leave it for some time, it will automatically get closed. Okay, it will get locked. So if you get inside the car, if you have a sensor based now. If you get inside the car and without putting nowadays key system is not there, right? You can just follow the button and you have the face recognition process also. Many facilities have come, which is all done with help of sensors. So sensors are very important in order to make sure that your process works fine. So these operations of sensors and all those things we will be studying in the next unit. Okay.